A listener warning. Please be advised that this episode contains content that may be disturbing to some listeners, including descriptions of violence. Listener discretion is advised.
Life upon the wicked stage ain't ever what a girl supposes.
I'm Jen.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Olivia.
And we are, in fact, three different people.
This podcast focuses on true crime under the spotlight of arts and entertainment. So grab your beverage of choice and settle in.
Places, ladies.
Here's our episode.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day was yesterday.
Sure was. And if you are watching, we have a range.
Yeah.
We've got Jen, who is giving like very romantic
Boudoir.
to Olivia, who is giving us like a little demon, that the Hellfire Club, but with a heart.
That's right.
heart.
That's right. That
Got
was
a
one of my
range.
Valentine's Day gifts yesterday.
Yeah.
I love it. I am sort of on theme.
You have a little
I guess.
heart necklace.
I have my
necklace.
heart locket on, and just a black sweatshirt. So I'm like in the middle. I'm balancing the.
You're balancing
You're
the.
balancing-
I'm like
the
a little
boudoir
darkness.
with the slightly violent.
You are the center of the Venn diagram.
It is me.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
am
that's
the
true.
uniting.
So, that does make sense. So,
I
is
am
true.
the uniting factor. It's like
Yeah.
Olivia and Jen do not look alike, but I look a
No.
little bit like Olivia, and I look a little bit like Jen.
That's right.
yep.
That's
so there
it.
you go.
Oh my god.
Well, did anybody?
What is our
Yeah.
episode this week? I have completely forgotten. We had a little break last week for the sports
We did.
ball,
We did.
and a lot of
Right,
people
sports ball.
watched
Sports
the
ball,
sports
and I was
ball.
out of town. Yeah.
Olivia was gone.
right.
There was a big game.
Also, other than all this wonderful nonsense, what are we actually here for today?
what
What are we
crimes?
talking about?
What whores?
Let me
await?
tell you, we have some
Whores.
horrors today, floozies. We are talking about Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh, I see why we have the awooga noise queued up, because based on the little I know, which is truly very little, I know Jerry Lee Lewis, problematic man. That's
Problematic
it.
man. His nickname was the Killer.
What?
And
Oh.
we're gonna get into it. So
Oh no.
Actually,
Starting
I
off-
kind of right on my brain.
starting
Pum,
off
pum, pum, pum.
real strong, right? Okay. And we still what? Go ahead.
I definitely, the only thing, and I was saying this to Jen earlier, other than his songs, the only thing I recall about him is the movie Great Balls of Fire with Winona Ryder, and then Jen reminded me that Dennis Quaid played Jerry Lee Lewis, and I just remember that he married his preteen cousin in the movie. I don't remember anything else but just being like really grossed out by that. So I'm really excited to hear where this goes.
But that's not all, ladies. That's not all.
I've got my heavy sighs and my wine ready for this.
Okay,
I'm ready to be enraged. Let's take us away, Jen.
I will take this away. I first heard the kind of other scandals that followed Jerry Lee Lewis on another podcast. One of the random times I was driving home, I think to do Sideways, like 2 summers ago, and I was like, "What is going
and when she says
on?"
driving home, she means driving from Central Florida to a
Yes.
tiny little mountain town in Maryland.
Yes, I mean driving like 15 hours. Yes, I apologize.
Right.
There's a lot of podcast listening during that time. Yes, and a lot of researching. It's my me time, guys, So anyway,
I need to drive to your mountaintop home. Just
you need to drive to my mountaintop
I
home.
just need some,
Mhm.
Should we all drive to a mountaintop? Like, just put this on the mood
We
board.
should.
Maybe for
This is a
summer.
great
I don't
idea.
know. Like,
We can, and we can like take some of our murder tour through there because like John Smith went through Maryland. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Jen,
could be like our year of the horse mood board is a drive
Like,
through the
We'll
mountaintops.
go up the East Coast, yeah.
oh
all
my
right.
gosh.
And we've gotten off topic already. Here we go.
Okay, sorry. We're
Jerry
very
Lee
like
Lewis.
squirrel today. Okay, all right, I'm going to shut up. Go, Jen, go.
All right. Jerry Lee Lewis, the Killer, We still know his name. He ignited rock and roll. But behind the stage life, a life of scandal, tragedy, and mystery followed him everywhere. From marriages that shocked the world to deaths of loved ones, his story isn't just about music. It's about fame, power, and the systems that protected him. Today, we are exploring the man, the chaos, and the questions that linger decades later. This is the story of Jerry Lee Lewis, his wives, his sons, and the culture that let him survive it all to this day.
So
was mad already.
Yeah, was he like Baby Epstein? Just because that's like in the news right now, big time. Like, you know, the things that keep people in power. No, question mark. Okay.
But
did he have an island?
He did not have an island.
Okay.
However, there are a lot of similarities about the fact that there are people of power who get away with things. Allegedly, whatever.
Is this one of those, but he's so charismatic and we like his music, so we might be willing to overlook or sweep under the rug some of these very problematic aspects of his life?
But Jerry Lee Lewis was born in Louisiana in 1935, deep in the heart of the Delta in the American Bible Belt.
Somewhere near what's-her-face threw that firearm away.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
That's right.
In the William Desmond Taylor case, Mabel Norman's mother was like, I threw the gun
in Louisiana.
The gun I may or may not have owned, I threw it in a Louisiana bayou.
She just went to a bayou. She drove from Arizona.
I was like, what was that?
Plunk.
Did you guys hear something later? Maybe it was hers, you know? Like maybe there's a connection here along the way. I'm not sure.
Looking for connectivity.
Connectivity, right? Yeah. His father, Elmo, great name, was a poor farmer with a sideline in moonshine, because of course. And his mother, Mammy, a God-fearing music lover. He was Mammy. He was a piano prodigy, and his father mortgaged the house for $250 in order to buy him a piano. Seemingly a good investment because it paid off.
It's starting from a nice
at the
place.
beginning of his career. Very much
It
so.
is. This could be such a wholesome story, but
it could be a
it's
wonderful story.
But we know better.
It really, truly could, but we know better, yes.
on this podcast,
we know better. We know better.
We should do that for like April Fools at some point, a bait and switch, just a nice episode in which nothing happens.
Great.
In today's episode, no women were abused. What?
We do an episode about Pedro Pascal and how every woman in Hollywood loves him.
But we don't reveal his name.
Safe.
We don't reveal his name until the end. Yeah. Like, who was this man of mystery?
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. At 16, Jerry Lee Lewis married a preacher's daughter, and with rock and roll declared the devil's music, went to a Bible college in Texas. But it didn't last long. He went to Memphis to be a musician and started working at the legendary Sun Records. He then married a second time to a woman named Sally Jane Mitchum.
What?
We lost her.
I know. I came back. I saw you guys. Yeah, I saw you freeze.
He then married
He married a second time, a woman named Sally Jane Mitchum.
What happened to his first wife?
They got divorced.
I mean,
he
left her.
Never divorced her. Yeah. Just wait.
Bigamy?
He never divorced her? Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting there. So he married a second time a woman named Sally Jane Mitchum. This was the first of his questionable marriages because the pair were married in September 1953, 23 days before Jerry and Dorothy, his first wife's, divorce was finalized. So yeah, bigamy aside.
Oh. Ashley is chugging her wine. You guys could see the gulps.
Guys, this isn't even anything. This is nothing.
I'm gonna be drunk. I hope I make it. This is
I hope you do too.
Jerry Lee Lewis
kombucha today because I wouldn't make it if I was drinking wine.
Oh my God. Jerry Lee Lewis is like
drinking
looking
water.
over at, Julius Brutus Booth Sr. and is like, hold my beer.
Hold my beer, Julius.
I'm going to do a bigamy while I'm still a teen. Like, just.
Yes.
Yeah.
Teenage bigamy. That should be his
Teenage
biopic's
bigamy.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, bigamy aside, Jerry Lee and Sally had 2 children together. Jerry Lee Lewis Jr. in 1954 and another son, Ronnie Guy Lewis, in 1956. That was right around the time, 1956, that Jerry Lee Lewis's music really took off. In 1956,
Okay, so he's getting popular
during his
while
second
married
marriage.
to wife number 2. Okay.
Correct, which is why I snuck her in there because
Okay.
I wanted to try to keep it on some sort of timeline because it gets weird.
Great.
Okay. In 1956, his first single, Crazy Arms, sold 300,000 copies, mainly in the South, because rock and roll. And he really began recording prolifically, working as a session musician and touring with fellow members of Sun Records stable, Johnny Cash and Carl Perkins. Big guys.
I don't know who Carl Perkins
Well,
is. Who's Carl Perkins?
He's a big dude. Important because at one point, Elvis Presley dropped by on a social visit during one of these sessions, which turned into an impromptu jam session.
Oh, wow.
Someone had the sense to record it, and the group, those 4, became known as the $1 Million Quartet. And
the
I'm
$1 Million
sure-
Quartet.
So
Oh.
Carl Perkins is one of the $1 Million Quartet.
one of
He's
those.
the 4th
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Then nobody knows his name.
Nobody
Carl
knows.
Perkins.
Yay.
So it's Carl Perkins. So it's Carl Perkins, Jerry Lee Lewis, Johnny Cash, and Elvis Presley.
Wow.
Okay.
No, truly, yeah. Carl Perkins of that whole group. I never
I
heard
know.
of you, Carl. I'm so sorry. And you probably are maybe one of the least problematic of the 4.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't know.
I didn't do a deep dive into Carl, but
It's like
I mean,
in the Rat
probably.
Pack.
All right. So Lewis's first big solo hit came in 1957. Whole lot of shaking going on.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Whole lot
It
of
first
shaking going on.
received little airplay and in some cases got banned for obscenity.
What?
Right.
Why were we?
Well, because
Why?
it's kind of why Elvis was banned in certain areas because of his
Shaking
movement.
those hips,
It was,
baby. Yeah.
Right, shaking the hips. So,
Uh-huh.
isn't it
Yeah.
interesting?
He said there's a whole lot of shaking going on. However, he didn't hold back when performing. For example, on the popular Steve Allen TV show, he kicked his chair aside, thumped the piano
Yep.
with his heels, and raked his hands up and down the keyboard. And that's when he started really, pounding the keys and jumping on
Yep.
his piano and being very much that flamboyant,
Provocative,
Jerry Lee Lewis,
yeah.
provocative that we know when he plays. Stood on his instrument, leapt off,
Yeah.
millions of people watching. Who until then thought a piano was just for, tinkling.
It's where
A lot of
tux
people
to play
were-
one.
People were upset by that performance from what I recall
Yes,
from
they
the
were.
movie. Like
They
there
were.
was
They
like
were.
Dennis Quaid, like when he finished playing, the audience was like silent because they were so
Yeah, like
shocked,
crickets.
horrified. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Crazy.
just like when Elvis performed for the first time and danced, and everyone was like, well, the girls were screaming, but
Yeah.
everyone else was agape.
Pelvic thrusting, and we can't have
Yeah.
that here.
Can't have that pelvic thrust.
Elvis, keep your pelvis far from me.
Yeah, exactly. But the record began selling millions, and Lewis followed up with Great Balls of Fire and then Breathless. Both became top 10 hits. So he was really on his way now. So this success really started feeding his towering ego. Now we're going to start to get into it. Lewis decided he should be the last act on stage in any performance. So now we're going to get into who Jerry Lee Lewis was. This was very interesting. When Chuck Berry was booked to close one show, Lewis flipped. He set fire to the piano with lighter fluid when he'd finished, and then turned on Berry. Follow that boy, he's supposed to have said.
No.
Now,
Ooh.
here's the thing with Jerry Lee Lewis. It's hard to tell what is legend and what is truth with Jerry Lee Lewis because there's a lot, and I think his ego kind of fed both.
The
Sure.
legends.
Yeah, he was leaning into the persona that he
The
was.
lore of, yeah.
Yes, but that is something that is said to have happened. Then came the scandal that nearly ended everything. In December 1957, Jerry Lee Lewis married his third wife, Myra Gail Brown. Myra was Jerry's first cousin once removed. But that's not all, folks. To make matters even worse, Jerry was 22 at the time of his marriage, while Myra was only 13.
Yeah.
No. No.
So
Yes.
I have a question that isn't the obvious question.
Tell
What is
me.
the difference between a first cousin and a first cousin once removed?
Marriage. I
Marriage.
Olivia's Googling Olivia.
Okay.
Set us straight.
A first cousin once, so of course your first cousin, we all would know what that is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a first cousin once removed is the child of your first cousin
Oh.
or the first cousin of your parent. Once removed signifies a one generation gap. So I bet this was the child of his first cousin, which makes this worse. I think.
I didn't think
Because
it
she's
was
so young.
I didn't think it was going to make it worse because the removal part, I was like, maybe it's not as incesty creepy,
makes it
but
worse.
no, it's worse. It's
worse.
It's okay. Well,
No,
day
Karen,
is
that's your
ruined.
first cousin.
Hey.
I'll just Jen and I just have to.
Yeah.
It couldn't possibly make it any worse. But did he at least remember to divorce his second wife before this happened, or are we triple
Good question.
bigamy at this point? Do we know?
Oh, he does do it, but he does it before he gets married to her before his second marriage.
Yet again, does he not understand the timing of how this is supposed to work?
I don't think so.
This isn't
Like-
hard. Also, like as a man to divorce someone, even in the 50s, this really isn't hard.
You'd think.
Like dude, like just like carve out some time in your schedule and just file. Like it's so easy. Like just can
He's
you
like,
just
I'm not going to let go of this one until I got another one in the barrel.
Yeah.
Like
Can
what?
we please
Yeah.
start proceedings before maybe like
Yeah.
setting aside all the other horrors of this situation? Can you?
Yep.
All
So,
right. So, all right, here we go.
I hate it.
Jerry
Dropping
Lee told people that Myra was 15 when they
No.
were married. But the truth was that when she had her first child, Stephen, Myra was 14.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Ashley melted down the chair. She's gone.
she did. She's gone.
Oh my
so-
God.
The truth about Myra and Jerry Lee Lewis came to light when he was on tour in Britain. So this is how the scandal kind of came out.
So people
reporter-
didn't know at first. Okay.
Obviously, family was complicit.
Yes. Obviously.
And I'm gonna get in a second about marriage in Mississippi. There's also this whole thing too, where like in the 50s and the 60s, like people looked older, and people dressed
Because
older.
everyone didn't have
They
skincare.
had like she had
and
like
we're all
short like bouffant hair and like wore like they dressed like they were 30 even if they
Right.
were 13. So I think there's a little something to that, but she still definitely looked young.
being a teenager, I'll say to your point, Jen, in not to defend this in any way,
No,
but the
no,
idea,
no.
but the idea, literally, the idea of a teenager did not even exist at all
Right.
until the 1950s. Really, this was a post-war thing because before that, teens could go to work and were sort of just treated as, I'll say, like smaller adults, because like you weren't a child, like a little kid, but also like just being a teenager and having, we'll say, like the freedom that teens do, where it's like, you know, your parents are, you know, making the money for your household and you can just like buy jeans and listen to music and go to the soda shop. Like that was not a situation before. So I think some of this, as far as like the numbers are still horrifying, the incestuousness and the age gap of this is all still horrifying. And at the same time, to your point, Jen, of like, does this person maybe not look so much like what we would think of a 13-year-old in 2026 era, in the way they are sort of like behaving and dressing? Maybe there was a little more of a whiff of plausible deniability because of just the way they were presenting. It's like, well, you're married, surely. Who would do this? Who would do this? Like,
so it was public that he married a third wife. That was public,
correct?
But what was not public was how young she actually was. Is that right? Okay. Yes. So the relationship was not a secret, but the age was a secret. And was the fact that it was his cousin also a secret?
Yes.
Okay.
That was not publicized
publicly.
He wasn't like,
no.
I married my cousin, you know, like
right. But she's my first cousin, once removed.
So it's fine. Yeah.
God.
But so the reporter probably was like, she looks young. And also a lot like you, Jerry Lee. I don't know. You know, like what did this reporter think?
Jerry Lee's like, Seth Moslikowski, you looking fine tonight.
Yeah.
This little Mean Girls reference.
Yeah.
So what did Britain have to do with this, Jen? How did this, why did this come out in Britain?
So he's on tour in Britain, and Myra, his new wife, is with him because he's like, I'm not going without her. So okay. So
still actively grooming her. Like, gotta.
Correct.
And they're like, but she has 8th grade math test. And he's like, no, she's coming with me.
She's fine. I'm rich. Like, come on, let's go. And so this reporter, Doug, learned the truth and published an article in England about the incestuous child bride situation.
Wow. He just went for it.
Doug.
So, yeah, when Jerry Lee stepped on stage to play his 4th concert in Britain, he was booed off the stage.
Oh my God.
Good job, Britain.
Good job,
Britain. Yeah.
They may have like incest in the royal family, but come on.
We didn't catch Jimmy Savile, but we got Jerry Lee Lewis.
I mean, I'm going to say it's very much on point to what they're doing right now with the Epstein files.
Yeah,
sure. Like, I'm sorry you were caught. Done.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Yep.
You're part of the royal family. I don't care.
Yep.
You're caught.
Yep.
You're out.
You're out.
I don't care. And I am here for it.
Wow.
The tour was then canceled after only 3 performances.
This is going to ruin the tour. What tour? The world tour.
Well done. Well played.
That was good.
Thanks. Had that one ready.
So she's been waiting. So once the tour was canceled, Jerry Lee Lewis's response, he said he had no idea child brides were taboo in Britain.
Oh,
and that
Jenny
it was
cut out
normal
again.
In the
You lost
southern
us.
United States.
Jen, we lost you. Go back. He had no idea.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
He said he had no idea child brides were taboo in Britain and that it was normal in the southern United States.
What?
And
hold on.
Here's the little bit of information that I dug up. Okay. Since they were married in Mississippi in 1957, the legal marriage age for women was 12. So he's not wrong. I'm not defending him. It was changed to 15 in 1957. So I feel like it was probably in between this. So I wonder, did this have anything to do with it? I don't know.
But okay.
12 years old, guys.
No. And here's
12.
the thing. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Right.
Yeah, it was 12.
That is
12 for women, 14 for boys, and then it was changed to 15 for women, 12 for girls, and 14 for boys.
12
and then it was
for
changed
girl children.
15 for girl children and 17 for boy children.
So I had to look
Not
this
better.
up real quick
Still
because
not better.
I recently saw this on a TV show that probably had something to do with Epstein. I'm not sure, but in several states, still to this day, because there's legislation trying to get this changed, there is no minimum age in 4 states.
Yes.
In 2 states, the minimum age is 15.
Yep.
And 28 states, it's 16 to 17 with parental consent.
Parental consent.
So it's disgusting. So the 4 states, Mississippi,
still one, isn't it? Yep, it is. I know.
No minimum.
California, which is like, hello, they're so
Weird.
progressive. California.
Off-brand California.
Yes, off-brand. New Mexico and Oklahoma do not have minimum ages for marriage.
And the minimum age being 15, also, again, off-brand feeling. Hawaii and then Kansas. I'm like, sure, Kansas. Also, slightly less terrible, but also not better. Minimum age being 16 to 17 is in 28 states.
Right.
With parental or court consent. So, like if you're emancipated, you can get married at 16. And like, so that's like, friends, this is more than half the country.
Yeah.
We the people.
Underage marriage.
Seem to be fine with literal children who, as we have established, frontal lobes are nowhere near done forming, are able to enter into a marriage, which I'm like, if you have to be 18 to die for your country, you should have to be 18 to get married minimally. I'm sorry. This is my hot take. If we can give you a firearm and send you abroad to die for your country, it should be the same to get married and make choices like that minimally. I would argue 25 for both, but that's just me over here thinking
because
thoughts.
frontal lobe. Yeah.
Because frontal lobe. And do you even know what you're really signing up for in either of those instances? If you are, in fact, a teenager, like coming out of like your parents' house and just like, I am new here and I am young and invincible and nothing bad has ever happened to me before. Why would it now? Like, So his defense after being booed in Britain and the tour being canceled, he's like, but it's fine to marry children where I'm from. Why are you?
And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Though.
Yeah, I'm not defending him, but he's not wrong.
But he's not wrong. And it's still that way. So,
but here's the thing. He's not committing a capital C crime, but I'm also curious as to like, but still, you've got to know that, like, also, this is your 3rd marriage. Like, was this also like you married some maybe people who, I don't know, maybe their frontal lobes did start to form at a certain point.
So,
what was his
when he comes back home, what was the reception back here?
Hey, what a great segue. Thank you. By the time Mr. and Mrs. Lewis returned to America. You're welcome. You're welcome. Drink a little water.
Need to cleanse my palate.
Cleanse your palate. The word had spread across the pond, and now newspaper headlines called Jerry Lee Lewis a disgrace to the country.
Okay. At least they weren't like, well, it's legal in Mississippi, you know?
Yeah.
I'm glad there was some public shaming.
A little bit.
Was anyone mad about the bigamy too, or were we just so fixated on the child bride? We were
Nobody
like,
cared about the bigamy. No one cared about the bigamy.
The least of the problems.
The least of the problems.
Did anyone think to like talk to the girl, Myra? Was she okay?
Nobody talked to her.
Blink twice if you need help.
Yeah.
Well, and there was a pattern of violence.
Oh no! Just when you think it couldn't get worse.
Just when you think it couldn't get worse. There was a time, I didn't write it down, but I read it. There was a time where like he like woke her up in the middle of the night by like hitting her on the head.
What the hell?
Like,
oh my God.
Because he like was like, I think your son is awake or so, like he was just
an asshole.
He's not a good man. What a shocker. What a shocker that this triple bigamist, like child bride situation is not a good person either. Yeah.
Had the public shaming happened before or after the birth of their son? I was just curious because oh, wow. So they're
he has 4 kids at this point.
Oh,
wow.
my God.
2 from his second marriage and now 2 with Myra.
So it wasn't even like this happened 6 months ago and we're all finding out we're horrified. He has had children with this child and now everybody's just catching wind of it. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mess. So the thing here is that now, of course, he's been scandalized and people know it, but it kind of, goes away.
Oh, what? But they stay married. They stay together. Yes. It just goes away. Yes. Well, she is getting older.
Well, surviving headlines was one thing, but some personal tragedy starts to leak into Jerry Lee Lewis's life as well. So, some other things happen. So, Stephen Allen Lewis, his son, drowned at age 3.
Oh my gosh.
1962. Yeah. So there's some things that happen. So I just want to,
This was Myra's son. Drowned.
Yes. Jerry
Oh my
Lewis
God.
Jr.
So she was, how old was she? 16, 17? And her child drowned? How do you handle that as a child?
How do you handle that at any age? Like that
At any age, yeah.
ruin you at any point as a parent.
Any point. But as a 17-year-old?
That's horrible.
And they were still married at this point. And he was still, so like the scandal, yes, rocked his career, but he still had a career.
I can't believe he still had a career. Wait a second.
The songs were so good, Olivia.
We all still know his name, right? I mean,
we
people
do.
still listen to his songs. So
okay,
his son died at age 3 in a drowning accident. Jerry Lee Lewis Jr. died at 19. 1969, I believe, was the year.
Okay.
Jerry Lee Lewis accidentally shot his bass player.
What?
Okay, hang on.
And showed up to Graceland with a gun.
What?
And like flailed it at Elvis and was like, I'll show you who's king. So
no. What the hell? So Jerry Lee Lewis is also trigger happy, is what I'm hearing.
A little bit. Yeah.
And it is I know we love our whole. It's like we love firearms here, and especially in the South. But also, you have someone who is clearly making a slew of bad choices, and now we've brought firearms to the party. He's trying to shoot his bass player, and he's also maybe low key bringing a firearm to Graceland because reasons.
Maybe shoot Elvis. Like we don't know.
Well,
yeah,
we might need to.
Horrifying.
But he died at age 19.
Jr.
Yeah,
died at age 19.
Yeah.
Huh.
So his father's dealing with some stuff.
Yikes.
Right? So
a little bit.
To lose 2 kids young.
2 kids.
A 3-year-old and a 19-year-old, yeah.
Yes. But in 1968, Myra filed for divorce, so third wife.
Thank God.
Cousin, first cousin, once removed. The marriage lasted 13 years. Produced 2 children, Phoebe and Steve.
So she was okay. So 13 when she got married, 13 years. So she was 26.
Yes.
Wow, and she'd already had 2
frontal
kids.
lobe developed.
Yay!
She woke up one day and was like, "Wait a minute,
what the hell is this? What hellscape am I living in?"
Oh, no!
Oh, what happened?
Yeah.
She had that thing where it was like you look at your Facebook memories from when you were like 20 and you're like,
right?
Oh God, no! So cringe.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she alleged that Jerry Lee Lewis abused her physically and mentally.
Myra, we believe you,
That
girl.
We believe you, Myra. Yeah.
I'm remembering a scene again from this movie, which now I can't wait to watch it again. Knowing all this, I cannot wait to go back and watch it. I remember a scene where Dennis Quaid slaps Winona Ryder.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure, right? That's in there. Ooh,
It's in
God.
there. Yeah. And she's not the only wife that alleges that. So we're going to move on to wife number 4.
This was just a bump in the Jerry Lee Lewis road. We thought this was it.
You thought that was the scandal? Just kidding.
Here's my other hot take. I've got a lot of hot takes on this episode,
Okay.
but unless your wives are like expiring of tragic and or natural causes, if you have had 3 wives and are moving on to 4,
To number 4.
something's wrong. Something's wrong. Like,
And you know what? Hey, it might be you.
it might be you. It's probably you.
Might be.
But something's wrong.
Probably.
If you have these various women who are leaving you or you're leaving them, like it's that thing. It's like if all his exes are crazy, maybe it's him. Like maybe just
Hi, Jerry.
Hi.
You're the problem. It's you.
Hi.
You know what though? He
It might be
probably
you.
knows that it's him. I feel like he's just burning through them
Probably.
like cigarettes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
It
just
doesn't
like
matter. Women were never a problem with him. They were always around. Like he was
Right.
a rock star.
right.
He didn't have to worry about it. He just
Yeah.
picked whichever one he wanted.
There's
to.
also a technique he could have
After-
tried called dating, where you just date people and you don't have to marry them. Just an idea. Just
You
want to
don't
throw that out
have
there.
to. Well,
it's like Elizabeth Taylor didn't know. She didn't know. She just
She didn't know either.
No.
She had no
she
idea.
didn't know.
no one told her you could
No one
just
told her you could
have a
date.
boyfriend.
However, I will say, Floozies, that he did get one thing through his head. Are you ready?
Okay.
After the divorce to Myra was finalized,
Oh.
he got hitched again. So he waited.
He
He didn't
flipped
do a
the
bigamy.
No,
He did
no.
do
So we
bigamy.
left bigamy behind.
We left bigamy
Excellent.
behind
No,
for this
you've
one.
done the bare minimum. I'm not proud. You don't get points. No, Jerry. No.
No,
Listen,
no.
It's a step in the right
No.
direction, okay?
No, Olivia.
No,
No
no.
credit will
No.
be given for this.
I meant
Hey friends, Jen here, and we hope you're enjoying this episode of Life Upon the Wicked Stage. Just a few quick reminders. If you're looking for any of the visuals that we've mentioned in this or any episode of the podcast, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Wicked Stage Pod or Facebook at Life Upon the Wicked Stage. If you want more, please join our Patreon by searching the Wicked Stage Podcast. There you'll find ad-free episodes, videos of our recordings, mini-sodes, behind-the-scenes content, giveaways, and so much more. And the most important side note, if you like the show, please give us a nice rating wherever you listen. It sounds silly, but it's still the best way to get the word out and support us in this crazy podcast world. Well, the lights are blinking, intermission's over, so grab those snacks and another drink and enjoy the rest of the show. So,
okay.
after that divorce was finalized in 1970, the 36-year-old Jerry Lee Lewis got hitched again the same year, marrying a 28-year-old. It's a little better.
Well,
Legal,
bad.
frontal lobe.
Legal.
Better.
less than 10-year age difference,
Less than 10
right?
years
Like,
difference. Yeah, it's pretty good.
okay.
It's pretty good.
Better.
Memphis woman named Jaren Gunn Pate, with whom he'd been having a dalliance. So, not better because
Stop
he was
it.
cheating on
Stop
Myra.
it. A dalliance.
A dalliance, you're welcome.
A capital A affair.
He was having an affair.
A dalliance. I'm going to try to use that in a sentence this week.
Let's bring that word back, though.
work.
That's a fun word on its own. A dalliance.
Dalliance and floozies.
Yeah.
I like dalliance.
Yeah.
Ah.
By the time they got married, she was already pregnant with Lewis's child.
Oh,
Oh, this is
So
child
it's a
number
dalliance.
5. Number 5.
5.
4.
5.
Why
Well,
4?
No, but
Yes.
child 5.
Wife
I was
four.
counting
Wife
children.
four.
Child
You
5.
silly goose. I was counting children, not wives.
The fact that the numbers are so close is very upsetting. Who can keep track of such a thing? Oh my god. He's having a dalliance with this woman
so
who
many
he marries because he loves
Yes.
her and also she happens to be knocked up. Nothing to see here.
Correct.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. Over the course of the 70s, Lewis and Jaren separated, then got back together. Separated, got back together. Separated, got back together.
My God.
Sued each other for divorce. Patched things up. Separated.
Oh,
And-
jeez.
It's going
Tried for divorce once more. In a 1979 filing, Jaren alleged that Lewis had victimized her with adultery, prolific alcohol and drug use, and cruelty.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, Jaren. Get him.
We know that that's most likely
All true.
All on
Yeah.
brand.
With a divorce settlement in motion and almost legally complete in the early 1980s, ending a stormy decade of marriage, Jerry Lee Lewis's fourth wife, Jaren Gunn Pate, told a Mississippi court that when she'd called her soon-to-be former husband to discuss the financial terms of the arrangement, he told her it wouldn't be an issue. You're not going to be around very long anyway, he reportedly threatened, according to the Village Voice.
What? So now we've left the bigamy behind, but we've embraced murder.
So Mr. Trigger Happy is like not on my watch. Like,
according to the Village Voice, I'm not alleging anything. This is what the Village Voice says.
This is what they reported.
quoting the Village Voice.
Pate petitioned a Mississippi court to force Lewis to pay spousal and child support. She was raising their 10-year-old daughter, Lori, alone and had to resort to food stamps to help offset costs. Food stamps.
God, he's a rock and roll star and she's on food stamps.
Food stamps.
Yes. In June 1982, according to the Associated Press via the Tuscaloosa News, Pate's body was discovered in the swimming pool at the home of a friend in Tennessee.
What?
She was declared dead at a local medical facility. She was 38 years old.
Had she accidentally been shot?
No.
No.
Per the Village Voice, soon before her death, she had called Lewis to talk about the financial settlement in their divorce proceeding. Officially ruled an accident, her death nonetheless raised questions.
Yeah.
There had been disputes, reports of abuse, financial tension, a story that fed into a growing pattern of turmoil surrounding Lewis's personal life. Some people think that Lewis was responsible for her drowning and support the idea by mentioning how Stephen from his previous marriage also drowned in a swimming pool, his son.
Oh,
But that's a 3-year-old though. Like a 38-year-old adult to drown in a swimming super unusual.
Now,
yes.
while that makes the story juicy, he was not on property, they say, and Jaren died at someone else's home.
And she was at a friend's.
She was at a friend's house.
It's just awfully convenient for him. Now,
weirdly good timing for him.
Weirdly good timing.
Doesn't have to pay her because she's dead. Like,
now, what happens to the daughter who doesn't have a mother and the father's a nut job? Where'd she go?
Yeah, he doesn't care. I don't.
A convent. I hope that would have kept her safe.
Horrible.
And the thing about all of this is that these are horrible, tragic things that happened, and because. He can survive a scandal.
Obviously.
Nothing's going to take him down.
No, people questioned it. People truly questioned what happened, but then it just goes away. Just like the Myra thing just went away after a while because he's knows people and he's a rich.
I hate it. Yeah. I don't care who you are. When something nefarious happens near or around you, there needs to be investigation, just like you're anybody else. Like notoriety or money or power, whatever it is, should not be able to buy you like a break whenever something unfortunate happens. Like if there, I'm sorry, like if there is even an unattended death in your home, like that needs to be looked at. Thoroughly.
It's reminding me of the Ted Kennedy drowning that he never was brought up. He left the
scene.
He left her in the car, and there was was he drunk? Was there a fight? And nobody ever looked into it because the money and the family bought his way out.
No accountability.
None.
And maybe they did. Maybe they did look into it. But if the Village Voice is correct and he said it's not going to matter much anyway because you're not going to be around.
I just
what does
love
that
that
mean?
the Village Voice is didn't they also just shut down not that long ago?
I don't know.
Hold on.
I don't know. But also, Jen, that is also a weird thing to say.
It's a weird thing to say.
Not to say that, I'm not trying to tempt fate, knocking on all the wood here, but never have I ever told someone well, you're not going to be around for, much longer. Right. And then they turned up unalived. Like,
unalived in a swimming pool.
That's not something that happens, I think, to most of us, where you're threatening someone, and also you have a pattern of violence against partners and are like trigger happy and are going to Elvis's house and trying to shoot him because you'll show him who the king
Chuck
is.
Berry, watch this boy, and throwing your piano on fire.
Yeah, this is like a weird pattern of behavior. It reminds me of so many of true crime things we've seen in various genres, but it does seem like when confronted with individual charges, or a suspicion like this, the man at the center always wants to be like, oh my gosh, I would never. But then you talk to literally anyone else in his life, and it's like, oh yeah, he did stuff like this all the time. Or oh yeah, just all another Tuesday for good old Jerry. So it's like, well, yeah, there is reason to be suspicious. Even maybe it was an accident. Maybe she had a seizure independent of something else and drowned in the pool. Who knows? But when you have been a dirtbag for decades, people are going to look at you sideways because you've done so much other stuff to frankly earn that suspicion. Sorry, but you have.
Absolutely. It can absolutely. And that one truly, I'm kind of like, yeah, probably he didn't have anything to do with it. But yes, he earned the suspicion.
You've earned a second glance.
Suspicion. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Ready for some
more?
Ready.
What now? Is there more? I can't.
Oh, yeah.
My little soul can only handle so much more. I'm going to have an emotional support Trisket. I'm sorry.
Have one.
That sounds so depressing. Don't need a Trisket for... No, you need a Malomar or something.
Olivia, this is all I've got. I was feeling a little peckish. An emotional support Trisket. And yes, they're in an acrylic container. They're in a container because I'm a psychopath. Go on.
I need you to find something else.
This is the last one. This is the last
one.
Good.
But it's the big one.
What do you mean it's the big one?
It's the big one. Okay. So I'm going to preface this by saying, allegedly, and all of this information comes from a Rolling Stone article from 1983.
I'm assuming Jerry Lee Lewis.
Very interesting.
Jerry Lee Lewis is himself dead, though, right? Who's going to sue us?
Yeah.
I think this man's dead. So allegedly, but
he's
also
dead. He is dead.
Yeah,
yes, he's dead.
But screw this guy.
But in 1983, he had a short and stormy marriage to his fifth wife, Shawn Stevens. He married Shawn in June of 1983. 77 days later, she was dead. So
what?
His fourth and fifth wives turned up dead.
No. I don't like it. I don't like it unless you're telling me he married a 95-year-old woman and she expired of natural causes.
No. She was I think 26. She was young.
No. She was too old for Leo.
Yes. She was too old for Leo. Yeah. The official cause, acute...
If you say drowning, I swear to God.
Acute methadone toxicity.
Oh.
Authorities ruled it an accidental overdose. A Mississippi grand jury reviewed the case and declined to indict. No charges were ever filed. So, we're going to get into it. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
The scene.
The curtain rises on a scantily clad 26-year-old woman.
No.
Also, I'm sorry, real quick digression, because I looked up a photo of this woman real quick.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the fact that in what looks like, I don't know, maybe their wedding photos with this woman, he is wearing a dickie that is absolutely unforgivable. So I'm sorry, there's a ruffled dickie happening in these wedding photos. This is a 1-2 punch. He wore a dickie and now
this was the
dead.
80s, right? This was the 80s.
Yeah. Olivia, I don't care. Do better.
There are pictures in the drive of their wedding photo, and
don't let dickies happen to you. Stay vigilant. This is
Stay vigilant, everyone. They met
sorry.
in like she
Go
was,
ahead, Jen.
She was a waitress at like because he was still playing like hotels and stuff. At this
She
point,
looks
like,
so
doing the
nice and
rounds.
normal. Like she looks
And
like a nice lady.
She had no interest in him, and she actually was like, "Oh, Mom, he'd be nice for you. Why don't you come and meet him?"
Yeah, because he looks like her dad, and he has a dickie, and she's like, "Yeah, no one would ever." Like,
Can't get over the dickie.
But but he had his eye on her, so yeah. So, with some reporting, including this detailed Rolling Stone article, it added all these layers of intrigue to this case. So, blood was reportedly found in the bedroom and the bathroom. So, this all happened at his house.
Blood.
If
you, I mean, I don't know.
No,
Would there was that? No.
No, Olivia. The answer is no.
But what if Leonardo DiCaprio?
That is not a thing that should be happening with an overdose of methadone. Absolutely not.
Yeah. What if you fell and hit your head on the counter in the bathroom?
No, that's not. That's,
okay,
no.
but she was found in the bedroom.
Okay.
And there's blood elsewhere.
And there's
Nope.
And yes. And
Nope.
Bed. Yeah. She was found in the bedroom. Okay. Jerry Lee Lewis was in another room. Someone
Allegedly?
in the household. That's what the report said. Like the police report said that. And I believe she was found by a member of his household staff.
Okay. Oh, okay. So he was in the other room when she was found. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Housekeeper or somebody comes in, discovers her in the bedroom. He is not near her body at the time of discovery.
Right. So blood was reportedly found in both the bedroom and the bathroom. Like when the police got there.
See, but I could see, if she OD'd in the bathroom and fell and hit her head and then crawled into the... I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if this would...
No.
Yeah.
No. Here's the thing I'll say about methadone, or because methadone is, by the name is a cousin of meth.
Meth, right?
Indeed it is.
It's a drug, and it tends to make you go sleepy sleep, but it's not a quick, you're not just suddenly passing out. That's not.
Isn't methadone what Michael Jackson OD'd on? When he was sleep, remember he was being administered stuff to sleep. No, it wasn't methadone. Fentanyl.
Yeah, I think a version of fentanyl was what actually he was on a cocktail of various
things to sleep. Okay,
he had a lot of stuff, but often what happens with a overdose from that type of drug, if I'm recalling correctly, what can tend to happen is your you can overdose by your lungs actually filling with fluid, and you can become almost like you have pneumonia kind of thing. So you can kind of drown via that kind of overdose. It's but it's not a quick. It's not like other things where you have a sudden high and you're so high your heart stops suddenly and you just keel over, and because also if you keeled over, to your point, Olivia, you would be where you fell, and maybe you hit your head on your way down, but you're not gonna fall and come to and then go in and out again. It's more of a it's a gentler letdown, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, so they found the blood. Okay.
In the bedroom and the bathroom.
Okay.
When the police arrived, which is a very interesting thing because first responders came, then the police came, but the police were just it was a police officer that just happened to be around. They didn't call them.
He heard the call, maybe come over the...
No, there wasn't a call that went over.
He
was just on his beat.
And he saw the ambulance.
He was just on his beat. Also, there were a lot of calls to Jerry Lee Lewis's house.
Yeah, I'll
Oh.
bet all those firearms and beatings, that'll do it.
Yeah. But the bed sheets had been stripped before.
What?
Before
Nope.
like the first responders had gotten there.
Don't like that.
So says the Rolling Stone article. Conflicting accounts emerged about when she was last seen alive and who had found her.
Yeah.
Oh, that seems like it should be pretty straightforward.
Should be, right?
Right?
Yeah,
Like who found her?
Yes.
Was she also, did she have a drug problem? I mean, he did. Did she?
He did.
Right.
She didn't.
She
Yeah,
did
this
not
is the
have a
thing.
drug problem.
There's drugs in the house, and then
They were
whoopsie, accidentally,
and then-
might have
Like,
administered
I
some
think
to you.
every now and then. Every now and then
Yeah.
she might take some, but she didn't have a drug problem the way he had a drug problem.
How do you administer methadone to oneself? Is it needle?
Needles. Well,
There's-
that's how you would administer it to someone else.
Right. Was there a needle mark on the
Maybe.
body?
Maybe.
Yeah. I misspoke earlier about the pneumonia, but yeah, it's not even pneumonia. It's just like respiratory depression. So basically, like your respiratory system just simply shuts down, and like you fall asleep. So like
Right.
you
You
fall
stop
asleep
breathing.
and your breathing stops. Right. The other
Got
thing
it,
that can
got it.
also
Okay.
happen is like this is something too. Just for listeners, this is something that Narcan now can help you.
Yes.
Can help with, like if someone is ODing from like meth or like methadone, that nasal spray Narcan is like this drug that like a lot of law enforcement now carries and paramedics
Right.
now carry. Unfortunately, like meth is a huge problem, especially like here in Florida. But even like I think you can get it over the counter. So like just you, a civilian, can just carry Narcan. And if like,
help somebody.
someone is having any kind of drug overdose, but particularly like this type where your respiratory depression has just stalled, just like that shot in the nose, often like depending on how long they've been down, can actually like revive them and save their life and restart their breathing. But you got to do it quickly.
Well, and what's interesting about, because when I was in Boston, I don't know, the first or second time years ago, John Davin, my family member who lives in Boston, was driving me around the city, and he's like, "This is the Methadone Mile." And it is outside Boston General, Mass General. There is this like alleyway and a chain link fence. And just like you would think, what a string of basically doped up heroin addicts all hang out along this chain link fence, because there's a methadone clinic in there, and that can help you if you're having heroin withdrawals.
Yeah.
Methadone is administered to help you with the symptoms.
Yeah.
And so just the citizens of Boston call it Methadone Mile because they all camp out there. If they can't get their fix, they go to the methadone clinic. And I said, so what do they do? I mean, because you've got actual patients and people coming in and out of the hospital. And he said that every so often, I don't know how long, but basically all the cops come through and they clear it out. They're like, you cannot stay here, and they leave. And then a few days later, they start popping up again. And so it's this street is just known as Methadone Mile. So that's a specific drug to have in someone's system.
And to be clear, Jen, for the sake of the case here, to understand methamphetamine is different from methadone. And to what you were just saying, Olivia, methadone, it is a synthetic, it is a long-acting opioid medication, and it is typically used to get people off of meth or heroin, some other opioid.
Right.
So it's like to be
probably similar to Suboxone. So Suboxone is what opioid addicts take to get them off of like hydrocodone and oxy addiction is Suboxone. So I wonder if it's called Suboxone because it has methadone in it.
Yeah, if Jerry Lee Lewis had this medication in his home legally, it would infer that was like, were you on some other opioid and you had this, like you were trying to get off this, or were you somehow getting some sort of like black market prescription and you were abusing methadone? Because you can abuse methadone, absolutely.
Sure.
But That it's not
Sure.
something that you're just going to get from the CVS pharmacy. People don't have methadone just laying
Right.
around for shits and giggles. That's not something you just have as a millionaire rock star in your house casually. It's not there by the Tylenol. That's not
Right.
typical.
And it's the 80s. You have some cocaine like hanging around.
Sure.
Right.
Like you do.
Probably some heroin, but you know.
Probably cocaine.
Okay.
80s.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, 90s, let's be honest. And today. The 80s, 90s, and today. Cocaine.
don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't. Yeah. Just don't.
Just don't.
Don't. So Lewis's household staff investigated and found that she had heavy bruises on her arms and head.
Nope.
Also the first responders saw this.
Arms and hip?
Mm-hmm.
Hip. That's specific. Okay.
And blood in her hair, on her hands, under her nails, on her undergarments, the carpet, and the furniture.
Too much blood. It's too much blood. Ladies and gentlemen,
Like I
of the
could
jury-
explain away back to my original, not theory, because I think there's obviously something up here, but my original point of like, well, what if she passed out and hit her head? That could explain blood on the head and hands. Because if you fall and then you wake up and you're on the ground and you touch your, that explains that. It doesn't explain blood on the undergarments, on other furniture.
Too much.
That doesn't explain that. Yeah.
It's too much blood. Yeah, I'll also say is yeah, that's too much. And the different blood on different parts and different things and areas. This feels like at some point a struggle ensued.
A bruising on the hip sounds really.
The arm, the
because if
defensive, yeah,
defensive wounds. And if she'd fallen, a bruise wouldn't have formed that fast. But if she'd fallen on her hip,
he was abusive. So
exactly.
Yeah, was that a last week bruise? Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm
Right.
really glad
Right.
You brought up that struggle there, Ashley. That's a good segue because a first responder also noted that there were fingernail type claws on Lewis's hand.
Oh, snap. See?
Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire.
Uh-huh. After, the grand jury refused to indict and all of that, the family members expressed doubts. They were like, well, she didn't take drugs and all of this stuff. And friends recalled volatile arguments. The short marriage coming just a year after the death of his fourth wife intensified the media spotlight and public speculation. So people were like, this is weird.
Not looking great, Jer.
Not looking great, Jer. Jerry also, according to the article, gave some money to some of the people's campaigns that investigated the crime.
Oh.
No.
Sure.
And was also very picky about who did the autopsy.
Wait, he was picky. You don't get to choose who does an autopsy. Since when does that happen?
Well, you do in your Jerry Lee Lewis. You do when you're famous. You do when you're
Whoa.
rich.
No, I don't like that at all. That's no. You
according
need
to the article, things that I read.
Sure.
But Rolling Stone is a pretty decently reputable reporting institution, I would say.
Very interesting about all of this is that is the only article that has anything about this out there. Everything else is like, no, it's just speculation. No, it's just this. It's just that. It's that one article. And then there are some podcasts about it and some things like that. But it's that one article and that's it. And I'm like, interesting.
On
but
principle,
it's fascinating to me.
I want an unbiased professional, like an unbiased seasoned professional doing an autopsy, full stop. Like just it should be like executioners. We should never know who's doing it. Like
never.
Just
put on a hood. I don't want to know.
Shouldn't you be able to pick your executioner? Like if you could get a choice, could you pick, you know what I mean?
No.
I don't know. Philosophical argument for another day.
Yeah,
That's why it's only
another
rumored that Bundy was executed by a woman, but we don't have any proof because executioners
Ooh.
are anonymous.
Anonymous.
We don't know.
Yes.
But it's a
Even
fun
the
little rumor.
guillotine guys wore the hoods over their heads,
They
so
wore
you
the
didn't
hoods.
see.
Right.
There was also, I believe I read in the article, I could be wrong, and I will check this before I put this into our episode,
Okay.
that they did find needle marks on his body.
See?
That's what I was
See?
wondering.
Ugh.
And methadone, if you're not a drug user, she didn't have a drug habit that was known by anyone around
Like
her.
in her armpit.
You
What?
wouldn't. Ow. Okay, first of all.
Yeah, you wouldn't do it.
But
Yeah,
see,
you
that
wouldn't do
also
it.
is like struggle.
And
Like I'm
that's
holding
not-
your arm and jabbing you in the armpit
or
with the syringe. Like what
while
the
someone's
hell?
sleeping, you.
Yeah, no.
Although that's not an
no.
area. Like
If you
as
want to
someone
hide
that-
it, you do.
If you want to hide it, yeah.
Yeah.
Except
Yeah, you're
that
not-
you would feel it. So like subcutaneous, like if you do an injection in fat, you don't feel it very well. If you do an injection in your armpit, that's muscle. You're going to feel it. So that makes me think about the struggle.
I mean, it depends.
Like, was it a
depends on
struggle
how-
and he jabbed it?
It depends on how good you are with
I
that
don't-
needle, Olivia. Like it's there's a lot to that. But I agree. Armpit under any circumstances, that's a weird place for a needle
It's
mark.
a weird.
Like,
There's so many
but I don't think
tendons
he
and-
cared if he hurt her.
yeah.
No,
If you're in a
but I guess I
fight,
was
like-
just thinking like if you're trying to be sneaky, like people that have drugged people while they're sleeping, you do it in an
Well,
area
there-
of fat so you don't feel it.
If this happened,
Right.
Mhm.
there was a struggle.
Yeah.
Right.
Too much blood.
He was just going to jab it wherever he could.
My 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 theory would be, if this happened, was that there was a struggle.
Yeah.
The cause of death was not methadone. That was after.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you think like so what was the cause of death on the autopsy?
Methadone.
They said overdose, but again,
Yeah, they
he
said it was
knows.
an overdose.
He knows whoever is
people.
investigating, so you
So
can
you
write
think-
whatever you want on the form.
Sure. But I'm just
did
saying,
he,
so
like-
you think that like it was a head wound maybe, like
I'm
that killed her?
speculating wildly. Yes.
I love it.
could-
And then he put methadone in her afterwards to make it look like an overdose. I
Well,
see.
or it could be
Or
something like
strangulation or
respiratory failure, and it's like it was by strangulation, not by methadone. But then it's easy to be like, oh yeah, she overdosed. See, she stopped breathing. Whoops. Like
Mhm.
that's so sad.
Yeah. So,
I hate it.
okay.
I hate it.
So here's some more information. The Rolling Stone article stated that the night before she died, she made a phone call to her mom. She told her that she was thinking of leaving the rock and roll pioneer, but that he
Good.
wouldn't let her.
Ugh.
Oh.
The night before.
So
Again,
a woman
Just
that he
this
owes
one article.
a woman that he owes
Yeah.
money to from a divorce turns up dead. A woman who wants to leave him and he's not going to let her turns up dead.
The next day.
The next
Mhm.
day. Then apparently she made a second call to her sister. No, to the sister of her high school sweetheart. So I guess they're still friends.
Like friends.
Making plans for the sister to come and take her away from Jerry Lee that month. So I'm gonna
We lost you,
come-
Jen.
An exit plan.
We lost
right?
you.
Get her out.
We lost you, Jen, at
Oh.
making plans.
So sorry.
You gotta Go back to
making, Okay, so she made a second call.
Mhm.
This one to the sister of her high school sweetheart. So, a friend, right?
Right.
Making plans for that sister to come and take her away from Jerry Lee later that month. So
Oh, like an escape plan.
An exit
An
plan.
exit
Get her-
plan.
Get her
Okay.
out. Mhm.
Okay.
Then they say in mid-sentence, the phone went dead.
So she's on the phone, literally planning to leave, and all of a sudden just dial tone.
These are the conflicting accounts, right? These are the conflicting
Oh,
accounts of what
no.
happened.
This was
The next day
reported
she was
in
found
the
dead.
in the
This is
Rolling Stone article.
article.
Did
Yes.
he interview the friend or was this on police reports? Like where did this account come from?
There were like they didn't name sources, so
They
that's
didn't name
why
sources.
it's like
Okay.
But,
Okay.
but still, you think about it, like, and this is our queen Olivia Benson talks about this all the time on
Right.
SVU. They say the most dangerous time
Yes.
for like, you know, typically a
woman.
woman, but if for a victim to leave an abuser is when you are in the process of leaving. That is when you, the victim, are in the most danger from retaliation by the abuser, because that is when they are the most like enraged. And what do you mean you're leaving me? Like,
and they
dare
feel
you?
that
Like,
loss of control. When they feel the loss of control, they get dangerous and deadly.
Correct.
And
They
someone
can.
who's already like unhinged, like this guy who's like randomly like threatening again Elvis. I was like, Elvis is probably like, what the
Elvis
hell?
Presley
Like
at his home.
Yeah, who's not even like in a relationship with this man. He's like, I'm just Elvis existing like in Graceland.
Me and Elvis.
Can I just
being
like
more popular than you?
Can I just live my life? And he's like, how dare you? And has had a pattern of, as we've established, physical abuse, which unfortunately almost always escalates into greater violence. We know this.
Correct.
This is scientific. Like, this is how abusers work. Unfortunately, it's always going to be up in the ante. So whether or not wife number 3 did in fact, like, you know, drown for some other reason in the pool, now we have this. And it's like, really? Like, just you happen to be actively on the phone making plans to leave, phone goes dead, and the next day you are discovered deceased in the home? Like, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
So again, you know, these are the details. You know, you have this mountain of evidence. So they say, again, the article, there are no witnesses named. There are no sources named in the article. There's just a whole bunch of information.
Circumstantially, if I was on a grand jury, though, I would indict this guy. Like, that is a whole lot of circumstantial evidence. Like, you don't have a witness, but like, that's a lot.
It is, and I don't know if that evidence was never presented or what. But there was never a criminal case produced. It was officially ruled accidental. It was legally closed. But culturally, like, this kind of always followed him around because obviously Myra, you know, we had Myra, the whole scandal, you know, with his young wife and all of that, his cousin. And then his 4th wife drowned. His 5th wife was found killed. However, he still married a 6th and a 7th time. They were fine.
Wait, I'm sorry.
They're alive. They got out.
I'm sorry, Jen. To be clear, he married 2 more women.
He did marry 2 more women. I don't know anything about them except that they're alive.
Wait, where's wife number 5? What happened to her?
That was wife number 5.
That's who died.
I've lost track. There's
of
so
the
many
methadone.
wives.
Okay, wife number 1 was the preacher's. Preacher's daughter. Then
wife
there
number
was
2 is
the
child.
That was wife number 3. Wife number 2 was, I think her name was Jane. Who
That's right.
That was the first bigamy.
I was off by a wife.
Was a wife. Then there was the second bigamy, which was the child.
Number 3 was the first cousin once removed.
Yeah, child. Then there was the 4th who drowned. Then there was the 5th who died by.
Who was low key murdered? We can say it,
right?
I'm saying it.
She's saying it.
So this is
and then we have 2 more ladies who seemed like
later.
They were maybe okay at the end. Also, I'll just say, I don't know, when he married 6 or 7, the kids.
He got old, so.
Right. He's also getting up there. Maybe he was a little frail. Maybe he was a little infirm. Maybe he had arthritis in the hips from the pelvic thrusting. Like, maybe he was just a little calmer in his old age. It's like, what are you going to do, Jerry?
Yeah. He died at 87 in 2022. Like,
Oh, wow.
Most of them.
He was alive that long? I see. That's one of those people that, like, I thought he died. It's that whole dead or alive game. I thought he died before then, like early 2000s.
He was around for a long time. Nope. No.
Wow. Yeah, I wasn't mathing right. I would have thought he would have been. I would have thought like 90s. Like, I would not have guessed. Nope. He was alive, and
you know, it's a whole new take on 7 Wives for 7 Brothers, because it's actually 7 wives for like one brother.
7 brothers.
7 brides, 7. Thank you. 7 brides for 7 brothers. It's 7 brides for the one guy. Like, it's
Olivia.
all.
No.
Yeah.
He Also, I'm pissed that he survived the COVID-19 pandemic.
I know, right?
Like, so
I know.
many
that should have gotten him.
nice, young, healthy people. But I'm like, if we're gonna take out anyone, can we at least like have a culling of
Somebody like
the
him.
predators? Like, could we just? I don't know.
So how many children did he end up having over his life?
5, I believe.
5 children, 7 wives.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless there's one nobody's talking about,
Wow.
which also could be.
I mean, I truly, because the scandals kind of stopped after 5, I stopped.
I mean,
Let's see. How many
good.
children?
There might have been more. I was tired,
I did a quick Google on just like how did he die? Cause of death. It looks like he had a minor stroke in 2019, which it sounds like probably just sent him on a downward trajectory until he finally expired in 2022.
Expired.
I do see a lovely little note here that, again, I'm like, sure, totally on brand, that he was also investigated, it sounds like, repeatedly by the IRS for tax evasion
Totally
and
on brand.
significant financial wrongdoing as well, which I'm like, of course, it doesn't hold a candle to the rest of it, but I'm like, of course you also did this. This is also very fitting that you were, stealing money from the government.
Like if you're going to lie over here, you're going to lie over here. If you're going to cheat over here, you're going to cheat over here.
Just corruption across the board. Yeah.
Also, I looked at, he had 6 children. So somebody.
Oh, okay, there was another one.
There's another one somewhere, probably from wife 6 or 7. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
They're probably in hiding. They're like, I don't want to be associated. Like, please don't tell anyone that I am, in fact, the child of Jerry Lee Lewis. I will say, it's so, Jen, I wasn't ready.
Yeah,
I wasn't ready for this.
I wanted to talk about it because I just think the story of Jerry Lee Lewis, whether or not it's true. I mean, we obviously know he married his 13-year-old first cousin.
Right. And he was a physically abusive man.
He was physically abusive man.
Yes.
But whether or not any of the rest of it is true, honestly, is like null and void, because the fact of that is that like we can consider like the structures that protect powerful men and the lens of celebrity that shapes public.
This was a good one. This was a good one.
Lost her.
It was a good one.
You got to go back.
I'm going to do it again.
It was a good one.
Structures.
Start again.
Structures. Okay. So, whether or not if any of this is true, right? We know that he married his 13-year-old cousin when he was 22 years old. Gross.
Right. Disgusting. Okay? And we know he was a physically abusive man throughout his entire life.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
So, the story of him then just like it asks us to consider the structures that protect powerful men and the lens that shapes public perception of celebrity.
Yeah.
And I just think that's so important right now.
Because he kept going. He kept having a career. He didn't die broke and alone.
No,
he wasn't arrested. Right? Yeah.
He does have a mugshot, but he was never arrested for long.
Right, but that's the thing. Like, he did not do time like a civilian for some of these things much earlier, where it's like you would have been like, put in jail, or to even, Jen, like have that fall from grace as a celebrity for like the public at large to say, you know what, we're no longer going to buy your records. We're no longer going to buy tickets to see your shows. So some of it is also like the failings, I think, of, society, not just like law enforcement, but the failures of fans.
Yes.
And I think it is positive that not all, but I think a lot of people have maybe progressed to a place with other stories like this, like, of abuse, typically by men, and abuse of power, but to where we're in the place where it's like, I don't care if Tom Hanks and Pedro Pascal are in the Epstein files. If like they are, they should be held accountable, versus the like, oh no, like don't take this away from me. Like, my parasocial relationship with like an artist or a celebrity I love. It's like, it shouldn't matter who the person is or what they have created or what they have, done, especially like as an artist or, as a public figure. It shouldn't matter, and people should be held accountable with equal measure. And, that should should transcend,
It
gender
should.
or race or anything else. But we're still working on that as a
Still
society.
working on that.
But I will
Yep.
just to also, Tom Hanks and Pedro Pascal are not in the Epstein files. She's not
They're
saying
not.
that they are.
They're not.
She's
No.
just saying
No, we're using
if you
them.
had someone that was like
Even
on a
if they
pedestal-
were,
Right.
we are on record as saying that
Yes.
they should still be held accountable.
That's the thing.
Regardless of if you're a celebrity, if you're a public figure, if you're a world leader, whoever you are, if you've done something terrible, you should be held accountable. And it
Yes.
doesn't matter how
Yes.
much we like that song you did that one time.
Exactly
Um,
right.
Maybe that should be investigated properly if your spouse is like randomly, weirdly dead in your house for questionable reasons. Maybe someone somewhere should look at that. And also,
Yeah.
nobody should get
Yeah.
married until their frontal lobe is done forming. That is my hot take.
And the
Don't
states
do
that
it.
still have no minimum marriage age should
California,
really
what are you
consider
doing?
doing this. Yeah.
What are you doing, buddy? California, like,
Come
are
on.
you okay? Should we check? I don't know.
That's it.
Wow, Jen, that
God,
was
what a ride.
way darker than I thought it was going to get.
Sorry about it.
I'm
No, it's
beside
interesting.
myself.
Interesting.
I didn't know. I knew. Yeah. I didn't know anything going in, and I thought I was prepared, and I wasn't, and I hated most of that. But Jen, you did a great job, and
Yeah.
and
I
Jerry
can't
Lewis
wait.
is dead. So if you want to feel better about things, he is dead. He
He's
died
dead.
dead in
Dead.
2022.
He died dead.
He is dead and gone, everybody.
He is dead.
And I
So
can't
there's
wait to
that.
watch Great Balls of Fire again. I think I'm going to watch that tonight now.
There you go.
Where is
Throw
Myrna?
things at him.
And scene.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Wicked Stage Pod.
Follow us on Instagram and check out our Patreon for more exclusive content.
These deliciously wicked episodes drop every other Friday, so make sure you subscribe or follow and don't get left waiting in the wings.